Once there was a man named Isaac. He was a good man, a man who loved God. His father was Abraham, a giant of faith. Isaac found a wonderful wife, Rebekah. They loved each other very much. But their home was quiet. Too quiet. They longed for the laughter of children. They prayed, oh how they prayed. For many years their arms remained empty. But God hears prayers, doesn't he? He hears the deep cries of our hearts. Rebekah felt a stirring of hope, a promise whispered in her soul. Then the wonderful news came. Rebekah was going to have a baby. Not just one baby, but two, twins. Can you imagine the joy, the excitement? God had answered their prayers, and he answered them in a big way. But even before they were born, these two little ones were wrestling. Rebekah felt it, a tumbling, a struggling within her. She asked God, "Why is this happening to me?" And God told her something important. He said, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." A prophecy, a destiny foretold. The day finally arrived. The first baby born was Esau. He was reddish and covered in hair like a little furry coat. They named him Esau, which sounds like the Hebrew word for hairy. He was a bundle of energy from the very start. Then his brother Jacob was born, right after him. As Jacob came into the world, his tiny hand was grasping Esau's heel. So they called him Jacob, meaning he grasps the heel, or some might say, he supplants. Two brothers, side by side, yet worlds apart from their first breath. Their parents, Isaac and Rebekah, held them close, two precious gifts, two answers to prayer. But perhaps, even then, a little shadow of concern flickered. The prophecy, the struggle, the names that hinted at their future. What would become of these two boys? How would their lives unfold? God knew, he always knows. He had a plan, a big, intricate plan, even for two wrestling brothers and their loving, sometimes worried parents. He was watching over them, every step of the way. As the years rolled by, Esau and Jacob grew, and oh, how different they were. You could see it from a mile away. Esau loved the great outdoors. He was a man of the field, strong, skillful with a bow and arrow. He'd come home, dusty and triumphant, with wild game for his father. Isaac loved that. He loved the taste of the savory stew Esau would make. Esau was his father's favorite. He was bold, a bit rough around the edges, and lived for the thrill of the hunt. He was a man of action, not many words. Jacob was different, so very different. He was a quiet boy, a homebody. He preferred staying near the tents. Perhaps he liked to think. Perhaps he liked to listen to the stories of his grandfather Abraham. He was Rebekah's favorite. She saw something in him, a depth, perhaps a tenderness. He wasn't hairy like Esau. He was smooth-skinned. He wasn't loud. He was contemplative.